Is it recording? It is. Alright, so hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, today, by the title, we are doing another podcast style video. Yeah, this is what I also have to double check to make sure this is like recording properly, but we are in our normal spot, some comfy area. We are wearing sweatpants as per usual. I have matcha this time. I always have some sort of caffeine because I need it, I just need it. And we have my little water here. So, today's topic is never having a boyfriend in your 20s. I feel like this series is like my in my 20s series. So, yeah, today's topic is never having a boyfriend, which you guys have asked me so many times, and this has come up a lot. I talk about it more on my TikTok. If you don't follow me, it is Brooke Alicia. But yeah, I talk about it kind of a lot more on there, but not really on my YouTube. Like, it's here and there, but not like as like frequently, I guess. I don't really go into detail. So that's basically what this video is going to be about. You guys asked me some questions on Instagram. If you don't follow me, again, on Instagram as well, it is Brooke Alicia. But yeah, you guys asked me questions and all that. You always ask questions about if I've been in a relationship, like all that. So we're going to get into the nitty gritty of it all and all the details. So let's just jump into the topics of today and all that. So yeah, I need a sip of matcha because this is going to be, I'm like, this is my tea. This is definitely not great matcha. It tastes a little bit like dirt. Okay, so starting on the topic, obviously I've never had a boyfriend. I'm 25. I'm turning 26 in like a month, which is crazy. But yeah, I've never had a boyfriend. And when I say like never had a relationship at all, like I've never held hands with a man or a boy, like romantically. What? I'm literally jumbling my words because this topic makes me like nervous a little bit. Like, it doesn't, but there's like, people always make it a bigger deal than it needs to be. But yeah, I've never had a boyfriend, never been in a relationship. I haven't kissed anyone really. Like, I had one kiss one time, and honestly, it was a very PG-13, not even PG-13. It was like just PG. Like, it was like such an innocent little thing. Like, and I was like 20. It just wasn't anything. Like, it wasn't, yeah. So I haven't experienced any type of romantic relationship in any type of way. And I always get a lot of questions on this. Like, why haven't I? Like, something must be wrong with me. It must be my personality. Like, there's so many things to it. And like, I'm like, I don't, like, the real reason is like, I can't really, like, I don't have an explanation as to why, other than like, I just haven't met my person yet. And I'm like grateful for it, but also like, I feel like I'm lacking in experience, and I feel like I'm watching my life pass by, and I'm watching everyone move on with their lives and like experience all these things, and I haven't experienced it, which makes me feel like left out in a way, which it's stupid, but it's not, because I feel like it's normal. Like, I'm turning 26 and I haven't experienced any type of romantic like relationship, which is crazy. And don't get me wrong, I would love to, but I just haven't like met my person. And that's like my biggest thing for me, was like, I wanted someone with true intentions, and it's always been like that for me. And a lot of people don't really understand that side of me. Like, when I try to explain it to my friends, like, some of them understand, but like no one really fully understands it. And it's not like a religious thing. Everyone always asks me like, am I waiting till marriage, like all this? No, not necessarily. Like, I just want to be in love with, like, and I want their intentions to be true. I always say, like, I date to marry. I don't just date to date. Like, I can't. I've tried, like, not that I've tried, but I've just like, I can't, like, I don't have the mental capacity to like talk to multiple people and like go on all these dates and like not get emotionally invested. I also like I feel like I would feel guilty if I talked to multiple people at once. That's why I never understood a roster. Like, I also don't have time. Like, I really just generally don't have time. I'd rather put my energy into myself than like all these guys. Like, I just don't understand it. For me, it just never made sense for me. So it just hasn't worked out for me in the boyfriend department, which is, it sucks. And honestly, everyone, like, when I tell people, they're so when I tell people, they're so confused, and honestly, like, I'm partially confused, but then I'm like telling myself, okay, this is just God's protection. I always say this, it's just like God's protection for me, and I'm really trying to hold on to that. Sometimes it's a lot harder than others times, but I yeah, I just know that there is something out there for me, and I guess like the timing is just like not right. Obviously, it's just like it sucks. Like I said, I feel like I'm watching my life pass by, and I'm just watching it because I'm not actually experiencing anything. And it's not like I'm not putting myself out there. I am, and I've like tried talking to people. Like, don't get me wrong, I've had talking stages, and I guess situationships without like the sexual stuff and all that. We're like really getting into it, you guys. But yeah, I've had like a lot of like confusing things. Like, it's just, I feel like I just am at the place now that I'm 25 turning 26, and I've always like wanted something more serious when I'm with someone, but it just hasn't come to that. Oh, okay. Okay, whenever I'm like filming, someone wants to text me. That's not the vibe. Yeah, it's even, I don't know, it's harder now, and I feel like I'm also like, I used to be so like, not embarrassed. Yeah, I was embarrassed. I used to be so embarrassed when I would like tell people. I'd be like, yeah, like, I haven't dated anyone, I've never had a boyfriend, like, I'm still like a virgin, like all this stuff. I used to be so like embarrassed, but also like I was just kind of like, everyone, these are normal things that people are experiencing in their 20s, and I feel like I'm being left in the dark with all of this. And I was just kind of like, what's wrong with me? Like, I feel like I'm never someone's choice, or like I'm like the backup choice, or I always say like I'm the girl before they get into a relationship, which is like the worst feeling ever. And this has happened with every single guy I've talked to, like every single but yeah, I'm always like the one that they talk to before. And then I end up with like the repercussions of like their actions, which sucks. But I feel like I'm just like, I don't want to be someone's like, I don't want to be someone's like test to like see if they can like be in a relationship. Like, I feel like it's always like, I don't even know how to explain this. I'm always the girl, like, okay, they're like, oh, you're like the perfect girl, but I'm just like not ready for a relationship. And I just like, I'm not ready for that. And then like, if not right away or a few months later, they're dating this person, and then they are dating for like a long time. And that has happened multiple times, like with every single guy that I've talked to. And then it just makes me question, like, well, what's wrong with me? Like, why couldn't, if I'm like the perfect girl in their eyes, like, what's wrong with me? And that they like weren't able to like be with me, and they were like, I just like, I'm not like there. And I'm just like, okay, well, clearly it was me if you're with someone else almost right away, right? Like, something clearly, so it really makes me question myself, which like we shouldn't be doing that, but it's really hard, especially being like, not like the other girl, but like just someone like, and it's, I don't even know. I know it's not me because it has to do with them. And honestly, looking back, I'm so grateful that all these things happened, because they all of them said, oh, you're too good for me, like, you're way too good for me. And honestly, they're right. Like, I'm like, this is the one time you guys are telling the truth, is when you said I'm too good for you. You're right. But also, a lot of the time they don't like that I'm not experienced, because obviously, like, the subject of, oh, how many relationships have you had, like, how many boyfriends have you had, it does come up. And I'm always like, oh, like, I've never been in one. And a lot of the times, like, their reactions are like, oh, well, like, okay, like, wait, what? And they're like, well, are you waiting? Like, it gets into this whole thing, and I'm like, no, like, not necessarily. I just like want to be with like the right person, when everything happens. And it scares a lot of them, which is a good and bad thing, because I'm like, it really rules out the people. I'm like, okay, well, your intentions clearly aren't there if you're like, you leave right after I tell you, or like you let it linger for a little bit, let me get like emotionally invested, and then you leave. So yeah, a lot of, yeah. And then it's just really complicated, because I'm like, having no experience scares guys, but I'm just like, why? Like, I feel like for anything, it's me that should be scared. And I'm like, I'm intimidated. Like, I'm new to this. Like, you're like an expert. Like, and I'm just like, I'm a little newbie. Like, I'm just here trying to figure it out. And you, like, yeah. So I don't really, I don't know. I just haven't had great luck in the guy department, which is, I don't even know what to say. It's really frustrating, and I'm trying to like just trust the process, but it's so difficult, especially like me turning 26 this year. It's hitting me extra hard. I feel like the past few years I have grown so much like as an individual, which I'm so grateful for. I think also that's the part of like being single for so long has taught me. I'm also so hyper independent now, where it's like I don't need to depend on a man, which is a great thing, but it's also kind of a bad thing because now I'm like, if they do one thing that I do not like, oh, it's bye-bye. Like I actually have no time for it, which is, like I said, it's a good and bad thing because then I trust my instincts and I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, no, like this, I'm not going to put up with this because if they wanted to, they would. And also I feel like it should be a 50-50-50. Like a relationship should always be 50-50. You're always equally putting in the effort. It's really frustrating, and it honestly does make me feel insecure at times because I'm just like, how am I supposed to explain to someone when I am with someone, like, okay, like I've never kissed someone, like I don't know how to I literally don't know anything. Like I don't know how to explain that to someone. And a lot of times like they're like, do you know how much pressure that is for me? And I'm like, whoa. How is it pressured for, like, that's a lot of pressure for me. People just always have an opinion, right? On everything. But it's just so frustrating, and I'm laughing about it because it's just like, what else am I supposed to do? I don't know. But yeah, people always ask me like, oh, like, do you put yourself out there? Like, are you going on date? I'm not going on dates. I'm not. But I am putting myself out there. I have gone up to a couple of guys a few times. It hasn't gone great, but I am putting myself out there. I have gone on maybe like 2 dates. Not really. They're not even like actual dates. I don't consider them dates really. But like I am putting myself out there, but also I just like don't have the energy. And I feel like when like I feel like you just know like when someone is kind of like meant for you, and also like if their energy is worth giving your energy to. Does that make sense? I don't have time now to like waste my energy and my time in my space on all these temporary people just to like pass time by. Like I would rather put all of that into myself, which I have done. And I think that's also why I'm like more frustrated now, is because like I'm very like content where I am right now, and I've grown out as a person. I'm healing. I'm healed, but I'm still healing. I feel like it's always a journey, always, like throughout your whole life. Obviously you go through things in life, but I feel like I'm actually like in a place now where I'm actually able to like have someone else in my life and like give them like the love that I have. And I think that's like the biggest, I'm like, I have so much love to give, but like every time like I put myself out there and I like tell someone how I feel and like I actually like put in the effort, I end up hurt, which of course that's part of life, but it just sucks when it happens every single time. It's like I can't win. I feel like I'm constantly putting myself out there and putting my emotions on the line just to like get slapped in the face. Like not actually, but like, you know what I mean? It's just like I'm doing all this for nothing, and then the thing about me also is I get attached really easily and really fast, and I think it's because I haven't had any like romantic experience or anything. So like when a guy shows interest in me, I'm like, oh my god, like they must really like me. And the thing about guys is that they like to show interest like immediately, and then like it fizzles out like in like the middle, kind of towards the end. So it like I always say like I got love bombed the first like talking stage I had, which definitely I needed it because I was so naive and I just like didn't really, I was like, oh, like love, da 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 da. I had all these like little imaginations in my head, and now I actually like I see things for how they are. And I feel like people also underestimate me with like dating and stuff because they think because I haven't had experience that I like am stupid or something. And I'm like, guys, be so for real. Like, I'm not gonna, like, see your little, like, I know what you're doing. Like, I know when someone's love bombing. I know when their intentions aren't true. Like, I'm not an idiot. Just because I haven't had a relationship doesn't mean I'm not self-aware. And I can see what you're doing. And I'm, like I said, I'm not gonna tolerate it. And I think that's, like, also why I, like, am struggling now, is because I just don't want to play games. And I feel like I feel like I'm at the age where it's like, why are we still playing games when we're, like, in our mid-20s? Like, I understand that's, like, part of dating now. I understand it, but I just, like, I don't want to do that. I just want someone who is actually going to put in the effort, and I don't want us to wait, like, 3 hours between texting, and, like, we take turns texting, and then be like, oh, like, why are we doing this? Why are we playing games? Why does it have to be, like, this back and forth thing? Like, why can't we just go out and just, like, see how it is? And if we vibe, we vibe. If we don't, cool, whatever. Like that's all it is. Like, it doesn't have to be, like, this huge pressured thing. And I feel like everyone thinks it is. Like, guys think, oh, a girl's interested in me. This is, no, it's not marriage. Like, I just want to see what happens and I think, like, also, it's, like, the guys that I want don't want me. And then the ones that want me, I don't want. Like, it always works that way. And I'm like, I don't want you. I sound so rude when I say that, but, like, I know that the guys that are interested in me, they are interested in me for my looks and very surface level things, and not, like, me. It's so frustrating because, like, obviously, like, the initial meeting of someone is, like, their appearance. It is. But it's, like, I don't want people dwelling on, like, my looks and stuff. And that's, like, not, like, looks fade. And, like, I feel like your heart is, like, at the end of the day, that is what matters. And I feel like that's why I've struggled so much to meet someone, is because their intentions aren't true. And they just want one thing. And I'm like, well, you're not going to get that. So you got to go. But yeah, it's just kind of hard being in your 20s and never having any romantic experience. Just because I feel like I also feel so behind in that aspect in my life, because so many people have experienced love, and I'm watching all my friends fall in love and, like, moving with, oh my God, why am I going to start crying, Loki? I'm watching, like, everyone just, like, move on with their lives, and I feel like I'm so stuck, and I'm so, like, well, what's wrong with me that, like, I can't find love, but everyone can? And I know there's, like, nothing wrong with me, but at times it, like, feels like there is. Ew, I'm not gonna cry. Bro, what? Quick little break. But yeah, it just feels like it does get really, like, lonely. What am I saying? It does get really lonely, and everyone's telling me, like, oh, you're so great. Like, whoever meets you is gonna be so lucky, and, like, you're this amazing person, and everyone I've talked to has been like, oh, like, you're, like, literally the dream girl, but, like, I just don't, like, I can't be with you, or I don't want to be with you, and I just don't like you like that. So it's like, well, in my head, I'm thinking, well, something must be wrong with me, because you're telling me I'm this great, amazing person, but clearly not great enough to be with, right? And again, I know it has nothing to do with me, and like, I'm just not meant to be with that person, but, like, in the moment and, like, thinking back, I'm like, well, something must be wrong with me. I'm convincing myself, like, something is wrong with me, because why have I never been with someone? Why has it always been someone else? And, like, why am I never good enough? And why has it been, like, so many, like, why am I, like, still at this age and I haven't experienced anything at all? And it's just, like, I'm constantly, like having a conflict within myself, being like, well, is it me? Is it them? Like, is it both? Like, what, like, do I need to change? But it's like, the right person will love me for, like, who I am. And then I'm like, oh, am I too much? Like, and I'm just like, is my standards too high? But I shouldn't have to lower my standards to, like, meet some, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have to do that. And I hold a standard of myself very highly, so I feel like it is okay to have that for other people. And I always say, like, it's okay to have like, high standards, but not have expectations of people. And it's a really good thing for me to, like, keep in mind, because that way I can see people, like, for who they are. Obviously, like, it's great to see people like in the best light. You want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but at the end of the day, they are going to be who they are, and you can not expect anything else. And you can have standards, of course, and that's what I always say is, like, I have standards in a partner that I want, and I refuse to settle. I refuse to settle just because I have moments of loneliness, and it's okay to be alone. And I feel like it's also like a really good thing to find peace in loneliness, because it makes you find yourself as a person. Because I feel like I also, like, if I didn't have all these years of being like alone and never having a relationship, I wouldn't find who I truly am. Like, I wouldn't, like, I have like found so many things about myself, like, and spent so much time and energy in myself that I want some, like, it honestly, it even made my standards even higher, to be honest, being alone so long, because I've learned, like, I've grown so much as a person, and if, like, I'm able to do that, like, I want that potential in a partner, and I want someone who has ambitions and goals and can push me to be the best version of myself, and I can push them to be the best version of themselves. I refuse to settle, and I have all the, like, I do have like a list of, like, this is what you need in order to be in my life, and that is fine to have. Like, I know what I bring to the table, and if you don't bring it equally, if not more, then, like, you can't be in my life. And it's not even like it's not even like a super, like, it's not a crazy thing. Like, it is normal things that it's not, like, people think it's like this crazy, like, expectations that I have of people, but it's not. It's just like basic, like, decency. Like, I want you to be a good human being and have a good heart and be a good person, and, you know, just like I said, bring out the better in me, but I want you to be, like, bring out the better in them. But yeah, I think being alone has definitely made me really hyper independent, which again is a good and bad thing. Also, having, like, my dad has made me have, like, such a high standards, because he always taught me, like, don't depend on a man. You don't need to depend on a man. Like, the only man, like, I can depend on, honestly, is, like, my dad. And so I just have, like, a really high standard of, like, if, like, I can do everything, like, I can literally do everything myself, and if they can't, like, do that and bring, like, I'm like, well, why am I gonna date someone if I can do everything? Like, do you know what I mean? Which is, like I said, it's a good and bad thing. But I just want someone where it's like, I can do it, but I don't want to do it, so they can do it. Does that make sense? And, like, vice versa, I feel like it works both ways. Like, if they don't want to do something and I know it's something I can help them with, then, like, and I feel like that's, like, the thing with relationships. Like, it's a teamwork, and you build together and you grow together, and you're able to do things for each other and, like, help one another and be a support system for one another. And I want that, and I just haven't had that in any of the guys I've talked to. So so I don't even know what I'm saying. We tend to put the blame on ourselves more than anything. I compare myself to all these other girls and all these relationships and my friends and like all these people, and I put the blame on myself as to why, like, things haven't worked out. But I feel like it really is just, like, God's protection for me. I think, like, God's just like, this girl cannot handle, she cannot handle being heartbroken. Like, actually, I don't think I could actually handle a proper breakup, because the way I be actually tweaking out over just talking stages and crashing out is crazy. I'm like, hey, girl, catch a hold on yourself. Like, no. I can't believe I also thought, I'm at the age where, like, I thought I would be, like, married and, like, at least have one kid. Like, you know, when you're younger, you're like, I'm gonna be, like, meet this person at 20, 21, and then date for a little bit, and then get engaged and then be engaged for a couple years, and then I'll be married by 25. That was, like, my idea in my head when I was, like, young, like, really young. And now I'm, like, 25, turning 26. I can't even imagine having children now. Like, I always say, and that's why I'm like, okay, it's honestly really is God's timing, because, like, literally when I see kids, I'm like, oh, they're so cute. But then I'm like, I can't have them right now. In a few years, yeah, for sure. But I just like couldn't see myself having kids now. And I couldn't see myself being married right now. I could definitely see myself being in a relationship and like being with someone, but not being married. I'm like, marriage sounds scary to me now. And I'm like, have I created commitment issues for myself? Now I'm like scared to get into a relationship, and I think it's because I haven't been in one, and now I don't know, like I don't know who I would be in a relationship because I've been single for so long, like my entire life. Like being single is I feel like it's a part of my identity, so I don't know who I would be like in a relationship. I'm like, how would I be? And like obviously I know I would be like a great partner, like I love with so much. But I'm kind of like, I'm scared. Like, that sounds scary, being in a relationship. And I'm like, not to tell someone where I'm going and what I'm doing. That's why I'm like, there's so many pros and cons to being single. Like, and obviously pros and cons of being in a relationship as well. But it's just like, it's scary. Like, it's scary being like so entrusting a person. I have trust issues, and I'm like trusting someone with like my life and information about my life is scary. Like I'm actually so scared to open up, and I get that a lot is some actually I get that all the time. A lot of people tell me that I have this wall up and I don't let people in, and I feel like that's okay obviously it's okay to have to an extent, but I've gotten that with a lot. Maybe that's my issue, because I've gotten that a lot, is that I have a wall up and that I don't let people in. And I do, because I've experienced a lot of things in my life that has made me the way I am. Like in the past few years, something happened to me in my life that I never thought would happen, and so obviously I've created a barrier to like not get my feelings hurt as much as I would have in the past. So maybe that's something I need to work on. But also, like, I think it's okay to have a wall up, because everyone shouldn't have access to me. Like, I'm not going to give access to every person that comes into my life. And I always say like I'm a public but private person, because it's always a privilege to like have somebody enter your life, because that's like sacred information that you are going to be giving someone. And if I don't trust you, then like I'm not going to be telling you these things. So I feel like it's okay to have a wall up, but maybe I'm like, do I have too high of a wall? Is my wall like 50 feet high? So I have gotten that I do have a wall up, but I'm like, I'm very cautious of who I bring into my life. So, but you guys ask me, how do I deal with being single? And like, I think that, like I said, there's so many things that I enjoy about being single, and this is like the time to really figure out who you are as a person, especially in your 20s. Your 20s is such like a shit show, and you're constantly dealing with stuff, and you're trying to figure out what your hobbies are, and you're transitioning from like being a kid to like kind of like getting like obviously going into adulthood, and it's just really scary and weird. So I feel like if you're single, like it's a great time to figure out your hobbies. What do you love? Like make a list of things that you like to do or things that you want to try to do, and put your time into those things. And that's what I've done in these past few years, is like I've tried so many different things. I've met new people, and I've put time into like my career and all of that. And honestly, I feel like I've become a better person for it. And again, now I know like what I want really in a person and what I can give to a person. So I feel like I definitely needed to heal first anyways in order to be in a relationship. Also, I saw this quote online, and it says, the love for yourself has to be stronger than the desire to be loved by others. So make sure you're showing up for you first. And I think that's actually such a beautiful way to look at being single, because we always think like, oh, we have so much love and we have to give this to all these people, and we give up in a way ourselves to like for other people, and like to, in a way, I feel like it's like a way of like showing ourselves like, oh, like I am capable of being loved by like giving all this time and like effort and energy into other people. But we should be putting that time also into ourselves, really just finding the joy in every day and being able to be by ourselves and like finding things that you love as a person, because we put so much effort of ourselves into other people that we like kind of lose that. And also I realized like decentering your life around around men and all that is like the best thing you can do, because you do not want to center your life around a man and or whoever, a partner, whatever, a significant other, because I feel like in that way then you start to lose a part of yourself. So I feel like me being single, I am able to keep I feel like it's so important to learn about yourself, because when you're with someone for so long and they become a part of like your identity, and I say that's because it does happen a lot. You spend so much time with like your partner, obviously like they are like your life, they become, but they should be an extension of your life, not your life, because your life is your life and it's no one else's. Be able to enjoy your life and have your own life, and same with your partner, they should be able to have their own friends and hang out with their friends and do whatever they want and still have their own lives, but you guys can come together and then have your life together as well. And I think that's really important, to have like still your independence as individuals and still have like that partnership together, but like still be able to live your own lives. So yeah, I really love that saying though, because it was just like, show up for yourself. Like it's okay to still have love for others, but also have more love for yourself than you do others, and that way you won't tolerate the disrespect either. You guys also always ask me what my type is, and I am a brunette girly. I love myself and a beautiful man. But my type definitely has like, it hasn't changed. Like obviously like everyone has a type looks wise. I definitely love a brunette. Like I love like the mustache goatee combo. Like it's just, it does it for me. But the most important thing for me is obviously personality. I love like wittiness and being able to like banter with someone and just like have a good sense of humor and sarcastic. Like I'm such a sarcastic person, and half the time people take it really seriously. So I like someone who, you know, I can joke with and like have fun with, but also have those serious conversations. Like I think it's a really nice thing when you can balance both being serious and still being able to like have fun and joke around, and I think that's really important. But yeah, I guess that I'm like, do I have anything else to say? But yeah, I guess that's like my experience of like never having a boyfriend in my 20s. It does get, I'm not going to lie, it does get very lonely. I'm like, especially on Sundays and on the weekends. And it's really hard, like honestly, especially like at my age, I'm really watching everyone like find their person, and like they're getting married, and like I think that's the biggest, like the hardest part is like you're watching everyone fall in love, and it's just like, well, I'm here and I feel like I'm just stuck here, and I've been stuck here. And then all my friends are like, oh, well, just put yourself out there. Like, you're really not. And I'm like, you guys haven't been in the dating game in years. I feel like also no one understands how the dating scene is now. It is brutal. It is so brutal. The dating scene is horrible. Okay, everyone is either still stuck up on their ex, they have commitment issues, they have some type of issues, okay, they don't want anything. They like, the hookup culture is such a huge thing. I'm like, listen, social media has made it a huge thing also. Everyone thinks they have all these options. I'm like, you don't, okay? There's so much online dating, and that, guys, no. And I have tried the online dating, like I had, like my friends were like, just download it, like see, just try it, see it. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So like I have downloaded it, and then when I get on there, I'm like, oh no, gotta go. The online dating scene is scary, and also it's just like, it's just not me. I can't. It feels really superficial, and also I feel like really insulted when like when I go on online dating. I'm like, oh, am I ugly? I'm like thinking, I'm like, am I ugly? Am I the problem? Because the guys, if if you're online, if y'all who have tried online Hinge, oh my god, gotta go. Yeah, I can't do the online dating. I've never been on a date from there, and I don't think I ever will, because I would rather go up to a man in person and ask them out, because I will, and I have done that. Well, not ask them out, but I've gone up to a man instead of doing the online thing, because I refuse to do the online dating thing. I can't. And the guys that like me on there they're not it. No comment needed. If anyone has tried online dating, you understand. I don't have to even explain. And it just gives me anxiety. I have so much anxiety, like, with dating and, like, going on dates. And just, like, I just don't like the idea of online dating. Because I'm like, that, like, of course, like, no matter what, you're going to be going out with a stranger. But that's, like, a stranger. Like, I just don't know how to, I'm just like, that's scary. Like, at least if I meet someone, like, in person, I feel like it feels a little bit more natural. And I'm like, oh, that's like a meet cute. I don't want my meet cute to be, like, me personally, I don't want my meet cute to be like, yeah, I met him online. Like, obviously it's worked for so many people, and, like, that's amazing, but I don't want that. Like, I don't know. I just don't want, like, and it just feels like, it just feels unnatural to me, and it feels like I'm forcing it, and I am not, like, I'm not in a rush to get into a relationship. Like, I feel like when it's meant to be, it will happen. Obviously, right now, I feel like, okay, time's ticking. Like, I'm 4 years away from 30, which I'm actually gonna cry just thinking about that. And thinking my lack of experience is stressing me the fuck out, because what do you mean I'm gonna be 30 in 4 years and I haven't had a boyfriend? Oh, see, here I'm literally crashing out literally mid-take, because it's starting to stress me out. And I'm like, I'm gonna die a virgin. I'm literally going to, like, crash out. Like, I can't. I'm actually tweaking out. I also had this one guy when I was 17. I was in high school and me and my friends, we were out, and this guy's like, yeah, I'm like a gypsy. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, yeah, I can, like, read futures and stuff. He's like, let me see your palm. And I was like, yo, this man is, like, scaring me. But, like, we're like, whatever. Like, being a teenager, like, yeah, whatever. Also, like, stranger, random man. He's like, yeah, you're gonna have, like, boyfriend problems. The only problems I'm getting are getting a boyfriend. That's the only boyfriend problems I'm having. So I don't know if this man, like, put this in the universe, or this is what he meant when he was saying it, or if he was just crazy. I don't really know. But yeah, the only problems I'm having is getting a boyfriend. So yeah, he said, I'm gonna have boy problems. Yeah, I'm definitely having boy problems. You're right. So I'm just like, I'm really trying not to put pressure, and I just, like, laugh about it, because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? But I do want to be in love. I'm such a hopeless romantic that I'm like, obviously, like, I love love so much. Like, I'm a rom-com girly. I read romance books. Like, I love love so much, and I want to experience it. And I honestly, truly, I do feel like I'm missing out. Like, I feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I missed out as a teenager on my true teenage, or, like, my teenage experience. I didn't get to experience, like, honestly, like, normal teenage activities. And even, like, now in my 20s, I feel like I'm missing out being in my 20s. Like, obviously, I go out with my friends and, like, I have fun and I'm traveling and all that. But, like, I also feel like being in your 20s is, like, dating and, you know, going on all these things. And I'm also, like, I'm too much of an anxious girly to be going on dates like that. Like, y'all who can be going on dates every week and, like, kudos to you, because I can't do that. I can't go out with a stranger every week. I feel anxious, and then, oh my god, asking the 20 questions every time. I'm like, getting to know someone is so, like, and having, it's not even, obviously I love to learn about other people, but having to explain, like, my hobbies and my top, like, I'm like, now I have to tell someone else what I like to do, and I'm like, oh, do I have any hobbies? Also, when you're, like, when I'm talking to someone, I feel like the most uninteresting person in the world, and I'm like, oh, I'm boring, but I'm like, am I boring? And they're like, this is so interesting, and I'm like, oh, is that? I like, all of a sudden, I become the most insecure, boring person ever when I'm talking to a guy, which I hate, and I'm like, I love myself, and I'm secure, and I don't know, but yeah, nothing like a man to humble you, to make you realize that you actually need to grow some more, that you need self-growth. Because that's what happened this past, like, I want to say like 6 months, I realized I actually hated myself because of a man. Like, not actually, but he kind of made me realize, okay, maybe I'm not actually fully, maybe I don't fully love myself. And I actually didn't. I was going through a time where I was like, it was not good. So, I mean, thank you for, putting me in a reality check. Nothing like a man to do that to you. But that is going to finish today's topic, which is like never having a boyfriend in my 20s, which I feel like I was just rambling, to be honest. But that is honestly, this has been my experience. There has been no experience. My experience has been no experience. That is the conclusion of today's topic. But if you guys have any more topics, questions, and all that, definitely let me know, and we will do another one of these. I love doing these because I feel like you guys get an insight on my life and more detail. I love kind of like gossiping. It feels like also a therapy session for me because I'm like, I get to vent and tell you guys how I'm feeling. Yeah, being in your 20s is rough. I don't recommend. I'm just kidding. I feel like it's definitely a learning, growing process. And I feel like your 20s, people hype it up, and they used to anyways. They're like, oh, your 20s is supposed to be so fun. Your 20s aren't fun. I also feel like COVID didn't help because I lost literally like 2-3 years of my 20s to COVID. And I'm like, well, that was like my prime years. Now I'm like in my later 20s. I'm gonna be in my later 20s. Oh my god. You know what? This conversation is over. I'm literally gonna start spiraling. We're done. But I hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you like me, subscribe down below. I love y'all so much. Thank you guys for all your support and all your comments and all your messages. I always see your guys' messages, even though I can't respond to every single one. I read them, and I love you guys so much, and I cannot say thank you enough. Also, the amount of messages I've gotten saying, like, I have helped you guys, like, come to peace. Like, it is okay to be single, and it's okay to, like, put this energy into yourselves and not to settle. It literally makes me cry because that is what I want. I want for all of us to just, like, find ourselves. And my biggest thing is, like, I want to inspire people and, help people in any way I can. So I always love when I get messages from you guys, but I love you guys so much. Do not forget to love yourself. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace out, scouts. Bye. That was good. That was a good one.
And I never had to let a good thing go. I don't know you. Call me by your name. Call me by my